Joshua, the stage is yours. It's all about Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia, whatever else. I don't know. Is that the only name you guys have for yourselves? Is it Bill? Well, that's a great
Bills
name.
Mafia, yeah. That's the
Uh,
only one. It's
all
okay
right.
though.
Okay. Well, I've been waiting forever to have you on, Joshua. You.
Yeah, this is exciting.
This is very exciting for me. So I'm excited you're here, and yeah, we want to hear from you why Buffalo is 8-6. Why Buffalo is going to win the next three games. Who do you play this Sunday?
Chargers
Chargers.
with
Okay.
Easton Stick.
But okay, but Will Greer was just signed to the practice squad. Does that scare you?
No, not much. So there's actually like some crazy statistic about Sean McDermott versus like young quarterbacks or like rookie, like
Okay.
inexperienced quarterbacks basically. Like
Okay.
I think he's only lost like one game, and it was definitely against a good quarterback. I forget who it was. Um, But yeah, he's basically very good at it. I mean, Sean McDermott. So here's the thing, right? I know the reason I wanted to come on is because you were saying, "Oh, we definitely have to fire McDermott."
Yes, I
So
did.
the thing is, I can agree with that angle if it's because you think that our offensive coordinator spot is just going to continue to be rotating, and we can't risk getting Ken Dorsey every year, kind of deal, right? Because like if Joe
No,
Brady
it's
leaves,
it's actually not that. It's not
what
that.
is it?
I
What is
feel
it?
you are underperforming. I the play 2 years ago against KC that with the kick. I mean, to give him any time. You had the best team in football years ago. And then I
Yeah,
thought you took a huge step back last year, got destroyed at home by the Bengals, who were a good team, who again I thought should have made the Super Bowl, did not. And you're 8-6 this year. You lost to the Jaguars in London. I mean, I'm going to go through your whole schedule. I mean, opening night, Aaron Rodgers goes down after 4 plays. They put in Zach Wilson, and you lose the. There's no way you should have lost the opening day, and it just goes on from there. I mean, come on, dude. There's no way you should have lost that game. Let me say, okay. So then you
yeah.
blow out.
So
So go. I'm sorry.
no, so I mean, we don't. We okay. So yeah, I'll point out. So there's three losses, right?
Okay.
Bad losses, 3 bad losses. Maybe you could say 4 with the Eagles if you consider that a bad loss, because
We got
just the
Rob
way we
joining us. I
lost
just
it.
wanted to want my buddy Rob's on. He's very excited to hear this. So continue. Okay, you have four about go
What's
with the
up,
losses.
Rob? What's up? So we got 4 good losses or bad losses. We got
Okay.
the Jets, we got the Jets. You could 110% blame that on Josh Allen. And guess what we're gonna do about that? Nothing, because Josh Allen is Josh Allen. So, okay,
Exactly.
1
Exactly.
loss on Josh Allen, right? Okay, fine. Then you have the Patriots game, and now that game I'd say it's mostly on McDermott. I mean, you can't let Mac Jones, someone who's now benched, drive down the field. And like this is what he got a lot of criticism for in the Ty Dunn article, which I read and I thought it was like a bunch of BS. But then at the same time, I saw some of the points about like conservative coaching. And I think he heard them too, because against the Chiefs, he did not do the same old drop back in zone. He actually pressured. And oh, we can talk about the offsides, blah, blah, blah. It was the right call. The Chiefs are a bunch of crybabies. I was so happy in that moment. I was like, "Oh my god, something finally went our way."
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah.
Travis Kelsey's amazing, but like Kadarius Toney is such a flop. Like it's hilarious to watch. But yeah, so okay, the Patriots bad loss on McDermott. Then you could say the Broncos. You could say the
Oh,
Broncos is on McDermott, right? But you could also say it's on the special teams coordinator. You could also say it's on the players because the thing is, okay, I don't know if it's true or not, but after the game, Sean McDermott said they practiced that. They practiced
yeah.
that during the week a few times. And that at the end of the day, like if you practiced it and then like an extra player ran on the field, now if they had a timeout and they didn't call the timeout, maybe, but I don't think they had timeouts because they had to drive down the field. I don't remember exactly, but whatever. That game was on a bunch of people. You could say it's on McDermott, fine. So that's 2 games on McDermott. And then the Eagles maybe on McDermott. But also like the Broncos game you could say was on Ken Dorsey as well. Because the real of the situation is our team, so weeks 1 to 4, right? Dominant, absolutely dominant.
Dominant.
Other
Dominant.
than the Jets, okay, but we even still were dominant there. Josh Allen was just a bonehead. Then we lose Matt Milano. No, first we lose Tre'Davious White in the fourth quarter of a Dolphins game that we were already winning a lot, which is
And
just a
Milano hurt,
backbreaker.
but a Milano because he's the quarterback of your defense, right?
Yeah, Milano was definitely, a bigger deal, but I mean, it was the fact that it was all 3 of them, right? Because Milano and Daquan Jones went out early in the Jags game, took all our wins out the sale. We obviously had Ken Dorsey as the coordinator. He wasn't using our team correctly, which is unreal because, like, you see what's happening now with Joe Brady at the helm, and, like, Josh Allen's not even doing much, and we're fine.
15
Um,
passes. I mean, this past week, 15 passes, dude. I mean, dominant. Damn. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with you.
no, I mean, yeah, it's just Joe Brady's great. So I think, okay, so first 4 weeks, then you lose Milano, and then you lose Daquan Jones. So second half or second quarter of the season, weeks 5 to 8, we were bad. Like our defense wasn't playing well because Sean McDermott wasn't coaching them up properly, or maybe they just weren't good enough, right? Like it's hard to lose 3 all pros. So I don't really blame that on McDermott. And then the offense was sputtering. And now that the offense isn't sputtering, Sean McDermott is still a brilliant defensive mind. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Like, that's why I don't want to lose McDermott because I remember we lost Jim Schwartz in 2017.
You lost Jim Schwartz. Yes, yes. We're on with
Not
Joshua right now.
2017.
It's good.
Yeah, we lost Jim Schwartz when Doug Marone was our head coach. And then Rex Ryan came in and our defense was worse, right? So I don't want to lose Sean McDermott because he's really good at coaching defense, and he's also a good leader of men, regardless of what the Tie Down article says. Like you see it, the whole team rallied around. So I think just right now we're moving at we're moving at a lightning pace. Like everything's firing on all cylinders, right? Listen to this: the Bucks when they won their Super Bowl with Tom Brady,
Right?
they went on a run. The Giants when they won their Super Bowl 2009, they went on a run. Interestingly enough, another Tom Brady run, the first Patriots Super Bowl, came when they were like 7 and 6, 6 and 6, and they went on a run, right?
Right.
The Bills are still being counted out, right? You still have these
Well,
people
you need a lot
either.
of help. You need a lot of help, right? I
But here's the
mean,
thing,
you got to win
we don't
out.
need that much help. We need to win out, but I have faith in that, right? We're gonna beat the Chargers, we're gonna beat the Patriots.
Okay.
And then the Dolphins, I think we can beat. We'll see. That's obviously like a closer game. But when we play that game, it's going to be for all the marbles. And I'll tell you why, right? It's
Tell me
because
why.
the Dolphins need to win both of their next games if they don't want to be playing for the AFC East week 18. Their next 2 games are against the Cowboys, who just got walloped by the Bills,
But it is,
obviously.
but the only problem is the game is in Miami, right? The game.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, we got
problem. It's a
Kevin
bit.
Josh with us too today. Good. Nice to see
What's
Kevin
up,
Josh
Kevin?
here.
What's up, Kevin? Um, So, yeah, so sorry, what was I saying?
You were talking,
Um,
talking about the Dolphins. You said they got to play
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cowboys off the loss.
So, yeah, the Cowboys are bad on the road, and, like, that's totally it's true, like, that's why I thought the Bills were gonna dominate, but they're coming off a big loss, the Dolphins are coming off a big win, like, that generally favors the team with the big loss, and I don't think the Cowboys are that bad as they put up today, and I also don't think the Dolphins are as physical as the Bills are, like, the Bills just they were playing possessed the other night, like, it was the most insane thing I've ever seen,
I
um
don't. That okay. That's what I feel like. I don't feel that the Dolphins are as physical as you guys are, and I feel like when two is off, he's really off. Whereas at any one time, your Bills can, get an explosive play, which I know the Dolphins can too. But I feel like you're a more complete team to me than the Dolphins.
Yeah. No, so I would agree with that, and I think, like, we'll see what happens with Tyreek Hill, but there is an answer for Tua, right? This is the ultimate thing with the Bills, is, like, we have Josh Allen, and there's no real answer for Josh Allen. I mean, I remember there was a game either last year or 2 years ago, they played against the Patriots. It was after the win game, so it was the 2nd game of the season, and
It was after
it
what
was
game?
the wind game. Do you remember the wind game where they threw with Mac Jones, like, 3 or 4 times?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes,
Okay,
so that was the 1st game, and it was in Buffalo, and then the 2nd game was later in the year at Foxborough, and there was at least 5 or 6 plays where Bill Belichick called the perfect defense, and all that happened was Josh Allen made a play, right? You
right.
call the perfect defense against Tua, sack, completion, or worse, a turnover, right?
Wait,
Like Tua
repeat what you said. He just went out. What did you say?
Okay, sorry. When you call the perfect defensive play against Tua, right?
Okay,
What does that result in? A turnover, an incompletion, a sack.
right.
I agree, Robert. The Cowboys defense is small, and that was a good thing to exploit. But that's another thing here. Like Joe Brady exploited it. I don't know if Ken Dorsey would have exploited. Like Joe Brady won a national championship with Joe Burrow. He's been in that big
He
moment
has been.
calling games,
But
and I love that.
Dorsey played at the U, man. I mean,
Dorsey
Dorsey.
played. Dorsey played at the U. He was a rookie offensive coordinator.
So you were not, you never were a fan. Did you like Dable when Dable? You love Dable?
I like Dable. I wasn't all out on Dorsey, but then like this year, I mean, it's basically like they handed someone with a provisional license the keys to a Lamborghini and said, "Go
That's a good
drive
one.
it."
That's a good take. I like that. Okay.
So, like, and then I mean, it was just evident. Like the Lamborghini was getting bruised up. It wasn't going as fast as it normally does. Like it was obvious to anyone who watches the Bills games that something was off. And then on top of that, like I don't know if this is coaching or the players just being idiots, but they were turning the ball over too much, right? And so that's something about scheme with Josh Allen. That's something about coaching the players not to drop the ball, to catch the ball. I mean, obviously it's not all perfect. James Cook still had a drop. At the beginning of the game, Dalton Kincaid had a few drops or maybe one drop. Josh Allen had under 50% completion. Like the Cowboys game was such an anomaly. It was crazy. It was good game plan. Sean McDermott balled out. One thing I've heard about the Cowboys, and I don't know your take, but I don't watch film. But from people who do watch film, is that the Cowboys have like a rather elementary offense where
I can believe,
like
they're a different team. You saw on the road and home, it's like
yeah.
almost 17-point difference. And especially, I think McCarthy is overrated. He's old. He's a dinosaur, and I don't think he's going to. And I think Dak's a good quarterback, but I agree. I feel like when they're on, they're really on, and on the road, they're not a good team, and they have to have home field advantage, and they haven't won any playoff games. You know, I mean, that's another thing. Dak's won one playoff game. I mean, a couple of years. He's never gone to an NFC Championship game. Yeah, and they lost. Beginning of the season, they lost Diggs' brother, so that hurt them. And
Yeah.
I think this is a year where you could do it. I think the Ravens are. Everybody's saying Ravens, Niners. I think that's jumping the gun. I mean, everybody's saying the Niners are the most complete team in football. What you've seen? Yes, they're very good. They played 14 games. And everybody's like anointing them as the champion. I think it's bullshit. I think you guys got a shot. If you guys make the playoffs, I wouldn't want to play you guys.
I love it. No, I mean I agree. I think that's what people are like right now. I mean, Big Cat has his power rankings every week,
Right.
and the
I know Big
Bills
Cat is.
have been changing from like well, first like maybe a few weeks ago they were like weird team, and then they were like team nobody wants to see in the playoffs, but definitely won't get in. And then they were like team that no one wants to see in the playoffs, and now they're like team no one wants to play in January.
Right. And
But they're gonna
and
get into the playoffs. Like, they're gonna be there. Like, it needs to be, as I told you, it's like a doom scenario. Like, we need 18 games to go against us if we win out and, like, don't make the playoffs. And I mean, I don't know. Josh Allen's stats against Tua, I can pull them up or you can pull them up, but I'm not against Tua, sorry. Josh Allen's stats against the Dolphins in his career are insane. Like he just owns the Dolphins. And even last year, right? Okay, we lost the game, but it was because of insane heat and because we couldn't kick a field goal at the end. If we
all
had
right.
kicked the field goal, we would have won. So like
As of
there's I'm not
as
worried.
a, as Joshua, as of October 1st, he's 9-2 against the Dolphins. Josh Allen, 31 touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. His rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter was the 40th of his career. Yeah, so he's been very, very, very good. Yeah, I would
He's
say
very good
he's
against the Dolphins.
very good against the Dolphins. Yeah,
He's
he's
very
had a
bad
lot.
against the Jets. He's very bad against the
Yeah,
Jets.
and who gives a shit? The Jets aren't
Yeah,
had him in playoffs for 13 years in a row. I mean, who really
that's true.
cares? I
That's
mean,
true.
so you might as well suck against a team that you're not gonna have to worry about seeing in January, and you're never gonna have to see you're gonna have to see it's not happening. It's not happening for quite a while.
Next year. I mean, Rodgers is
Yeah,
gonna come
bullshit.
back next year. I don't
Did
think
you?
he should play this year, but
Yeah. So Rogers just said he's gonna play 2024 and beyond. I'm like, good for you. He's on Pat McAfee. Good for him. So yeah,
oh, he's on Pat McAfee. He called the
yeah, that's what he
season.
said.
Season's
Yeah,
over. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
smart. It's
yeah,
smart by
yeah.
him.
Come on, exactly. So yeah, okay. So you got Dolphins host the Cowboys, then they host the Ravens, and then you're in Buffalo for yeah. You're right. Could be for the AFC East, and yeah, you'd rather go to the playoffs for your division winner than going as a wild card. You got to play more games on the road, but you know what? But that's the thing. I mean, I want them to win, but I also feel like McDermott. Well, he still is the locker room, which is good. I'm just not a fan. I feel like
Yeah, I think it's tough because, like, what you're saying is what everyone is feeling.
right,
Maybe not as much in Buffalo, but certainly, like, the national media, right? Like, they take it out on Josh Allen, but, like, you could be realistic about it and say, like, the problem is McDermott doesn't get the team over the hump, right? I mean, 13 seconds was inexcusable.
right, right.
Last year, the offense scored 10 points. I don't think the defense played much better, but, there was no one showed up in the playoffs last year. And then now we have this year, and, like, here's the thing, like, we're getting hot at the right time. This Joe
Yes,
Brady guy is this Joe Brady guy's a sensation, and also Daquan Jones, he was playing at an all-pro level before he went out week 5, same week as Matt Milano. He's a defensive tackle, and
right.
he's gonna come back. His practice window opened. He put a little teaser out on Twitter today. So we're gonna get him back. Matt Milano is probably not gonna come back, but, like, I saw a sneaky video where he was jumping on the sidelines celebrating during the game, and he had a
That broken
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 leg.
leg, right? He broke his
Yeah.
leg, right?
Yeah,
That
but you're not jumping if you have the
right.
broken leg
No,
still,
no, no,
right?
no,
So,
no, no,
like,
no.
the healing's taking place, it's been 10 weeks. I mean, like, if Aaron Rodgers is ready technically to come back from an ACL, like, why not Matt Milano come back in a month from a broken bone? Like, I know it's different. I'm not
Rob,
a medical
who's I
professional,
want to know
but
from Rob, who's a drama queen? Because you said, are you talking about Allen? I guess a lot of people don't like Allen. I find out of the quarterbacks now when I watch. Did you watch the what that Netflix series, the NFL?
I haven't seen it, no. I heard Patrick Mahomes was interesting. I
Yeah, yeah. He says to everybody, he goes, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. I think he says yes sir to everybody. But oh no, he's talking about yeah, Rogers is drunk. Rogers, yeah, and Rogers is
Oh,
going to come
yeah.
back next year at 40. Okay, so you see yourself win it. Well, of course, the next 3 games. You're definitely going to win the next 2. I can't believe the Pats. I don't think Bailey Zappi would make me nervous. And yeah, Easton Stick after, especially now they're going to play better. You know, teams usually with the new coach and everything play better, but not that much better. And the game's home for you, right? Is it LA? Is it LA or home?
No, it's in LA.
Yeah. All right.
But,
Well,
yeah, we're in LA, and then we're
it's on turf.
home
Now that's another
Patriots.
thing I wanted to ask you. What do you think about Diggs? You think this is the last year with Diggs? Think Diggs is going to
No.
want to go somewhere
No,
else?
it can't be. We have he's locked for a year minimum because the contract situation. Like,
And now Davis is a free
he's
agent.
also
Gabe,
untradeable. Gabe
Ga-
Davis, I don't think we're gonna re-sign him yet. So here,
I
actually, I
say
can
go.
pull
I say go.
the thing up.
I'm not a Gabe Davis fan, dude.
No, I agree. He's just too inconsistent, and he doesn't. I'm like very worried whenever he gets the ball thrown to him that something bad's gonna happen,
Yeah,
right? And like
I
it's
don't trust
rightfully
him.
so, honestly.
Yeah, that's what it gets me. I mean, are you happy with the? That's what I'm concerned about too. Is that if you neutralize Diggs, is Kincaid enough? Who's the next guy up that's got who you trust enough for making plays? I mean, playoff time they're going to be all over Diggs, so that's what I get concerned for you guys.
I mean, I like Kincaid. Um,
But he's
I
he's a rookie,
like
young.
he's a rookie, but he can make plays. Like he's very sure-handed. Like there's like some grading that the Bills coaching scouting staff does, and out of any receiver that's come out in the past like 5, 6 years under Brandon Bean, Kincaid has the best hands.
And
That's like better than AJ Brown and all
is
them.
Knox
I don't know.
is Knox just a blocking tight end out? Because a couple years ago he was playing. Look at his
Yeah,
stats this year.
so
He's
that
disappeared.
So the situation with Knox is interesting because we have him signed for 4 years. We signed him for a big contract this offseason. And then we were probably going for a receiver in the first round, but they did like 3 or 4 in a row. And then Kincaid was there, and Kincaid shouldn't have been there. Like, he's better than
Right.
25th overall pick, like, I think. Um, and so, yeah, now we have 2 tight ends. Like, I don't know, it's not a big deal, like, I think they could both be used. Knox is definitely a better blocker right now, but, like, we had Knox and Kincaid for 3 years, both of them. One's on a rookie contract, one's on a kind of big contract. Um, but okay, so I just pulled up this post. This is the 2024 Bills offense as it looks right now.
Oh,
It's
next year's
Josh
offense.
Yes. So Josh Allen, Cook, Ty Johnson, who's been a spark plug. Uh, Sneaky, if anyone bets, I like him to score a touchdown this weekend.
Who? Ty
Um,
Johnson? You want Ty Johnson to score?
yeah, I mean, I don't know, why not? Well, I did okay, I picked him up in fantasy,
Oh, you
just in
picked up Ty
case.
Johnson.
Yeah, so I'm in like 4 fantasy leagues.
Okay.
3 of them I made playoffs. 1 in the first round of the playoffs in all of them, which is fantastic. Very happy about that. But then
I
my
didn't.
4th league, we
Yeah.
have a punishment. The punishment this year is to take the SAT, with the writing section, and we have a minimum score. So like, it's ridiculous. But basically, I lost the first round because Josh Jacobs got hurt, and my team is just falling apart. Like
You're
it's
gonna have
just
to
been
take.
on the down. Yeah, maybe, but we'll see. I only lost 1. I mean, I had a 7 and
Holy.
7 team, so, like, I'm sick because, like, his top 6 went to the playoffs, bottom 6 go to the Sacco. So, I have to lose 2 more games for that to happen, but basically, I picked up Ty Johnson because, like, I have some other just, like, not like, I was like, "It's sneaky," and we're playing the Chargers, right, which I fully expect to be a blowout. I don't care if it's Will Greer, I don't care if it's Easton
Yeah,
Stick,
but
like,
John,
the
why do you
defense
pick
is
up?
Swiss cheese.
But Joshua, why do you pick up Ty Johnson? He's 100 yards in the season. You really think he's going to light it up? I mean, that much on again? Oh, you don't think Cook is going to get the majority of the carries? I lost him for a second. He froze. Coming back, baby, come back. Do, 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 do.
Can you
So
hear
what?
me?
Yeah, yeah. What happened? Why do you pick up
Okay,
Ty Johnson? He
I
hasn't done
gotta
anything.
I gotta look at my fantasy app. Okay, well, so the reason I did it is because I have a flex league, right?
Okay,
2 flex league, and it's 12 players. So like, there's not many players left. So basically, the only running backs on the waiver wire are Justice Hill, Roshan Johnson, and then Ty Johnson. Those are the
oh,
top
that's
3. Those are the
okay.
top 3. So I was
Okay,
like, "Whatever, I'll just get Ty Johnson." So, like, it's a
that makes
long
sense.
shot, but, like, my hypothesis behind it is, like, we're gonna rout the Chargers. Like, I don't see them putting up more than 10 points on us, and then I don't see them not allowing us to score 30.
And then
And I
so
know there's, like,
Cook
some
goes
coach
out.
bump. Yeah, Cook goes out, Ty Johnson comes in, or even just, like, they lighten the load on Cook because, like, they know they can. And Ty Johnson, like, if you go and watch, like, his highlights from the year, he runs hard. Like, and he only has, like, what, 5, 6, 7 carries, but he runs hard, and, like, he's only started getting involved with when Joe Brady took over. Like,
I love Joe Brady, and Joe Brady
Joe
got
Brady
fired.
is
Wait,
just a dog.
he got fired from after he got the job with LSU. He got fired from somewhere. He was supposed to take over, and then he kind of like dropped a little bit. But now he's Listen, why not?
I don't know where he got, yeah. But yeah, so it's good. So, anyway, on to 2024. So wide receiver, we have Diggs, a gap
Okay,
at wide receiver 2, Shakira wide receiver 3. Khalil Shakir is pretty good. Good hands, decent route runner. Wide receiver 4, we have a question mark, and then Justin Shorter, who we drafted this past year. Funny
okay,
enough, I'm from East Brunswick, New Jersey. Justin Shorter's from South Brunswick, New Jersey.
very nice.
He's my year, 2018, and I punted to him in a game, so that was cool.
Right?
Um, just because, like, yeah, now he's in the NFL and he's on my favorite team, so that's awesome.
And
Um,
I agree with Rob. Open running game, and that's what I felt like the Eagles. Eagles are going away from what worked for them, and we're talking about Buffalo, but I feel the Eagles what worked. DeAndre Swift is not the running back I saw early in the season, and I feel like that's a thing. Let Cook go crazy. You won a goddamn game with 15 goddamn throws. I mean, you didn't even have to worry about it. You're just like, okay, I mean, that 266 yards rushing, that's like that's a lot of yardage in the NFL in a game. That's a lot of running yards.
it was the most for the Bills since Fred Jackson in 2009, and Fred Jackson was a dog. Fred
Fred
Jackson was a
Jackson was
dog.
a dog. Fred Jackson played
So,
his ass off.
yeah,
I
like,
mean, dude, you've been waiting your
Cook's
whole
also
life.
so
What?
fast. Cook is so fast. Like, if
So
you
fast.
like, he just goes right past people. It's unreal. So if you
First.
get a little hole, I think the Eagles, yes, they went away from it, but I think that's because 'cause they're just not good at it this year. Like, I think their line has a little bit of injuries. Maybe Swift isn't as good. I mean, I can't imagine that. Like, was Miles Sanders that good that he's the reason their running game was like
No, no,
no, right? Yeah,
no, no,
so it's just the
no.
offensive line, maybe the scheme.
Right. The
Um,
scheme. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And
But yeah,
and
Joe
and, and
Brady, it's good scheme. It's good. They're committed to it. It's unreal.
yeah, because yeah, I mean everything. Like Rob says, keep the offense in the field, rest the defense, keep the defense exhausted, and you just keep long chewing up drives. I mean that's the thing. Your Bills can go for like a good 8-10 minute drive anytime they want, if they want to, because that's what they do with you. Yeah, with now. Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. Are you concerned about Allen taking all that punishment? Because you saw what it did. Now Cam Newton, I think he's a different quarterback than Cam Newton, but are you concerned about all the hits and he tries to take on tacklers? I think that's going to come and bite him in the ass. Future.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really concerned, which maybe should worry me. Because, like, I mean, I see what you're saying. Like, I know how it usually goes with these quarterbacks. I mean, Lamar, different, obviously, but Lamar had been hurt the past 2 years for, like, the last half
And
of the
Lamar's
season.
different stat, different
Thing
build.
is, I'm gonna knock on wood, but amazingly, Josh Allen has played, like, 80 or 90 straight games. So, he's
Has he
up
played that
there.
many?
He's a
Has he?
dog. Yeah, even last year, and he had a shoulder or elbow last year, and he still
Yeah, he
played
did.
through.
He did.
Like, I think the same injury Brock Purdy got surgery on, Josh Allen played half the season with. Like, they're just built different. Um,
Yeah.
so, yeah, he could get hurt, but, I mean, I'd be more worried about him taking a hit in the pocket. He's only ever gotten hurt from hits in the pocket. Like, he usually lays the wood on people,
He does.
or, like, it's a scrum, or it ends in a touchdown. Like, it's usually not, like, crazy, and he's a big dude, so it's like he's not I feel like he's not even taking the big hits. Like, if Lamar takes a big hit, like, he's taking a big hit. But if Josh Allen takes a big hit, oh, whatever, someone in his same size hit him. He's such a big dude. And also, like, what I was saying before with, like, the Lamborghini analogy, they they were in his ear saying, "Don't be Josh Allen." And then he was making mistakes, and he was trying to push and trying to be Josh Allen. And now Joe Brady is in his ear saying, "You're the best damn quarterback in the league. Do whatever you want. You're unlocked." And then I'm gonna call runs all game because it's working. Like, he's a dog, and he's inspired confidence. He also, if you follow him on Twitter at Joe Brady, maybe there's some numbers. All he tweets out is 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 every time we get a win.
Yeah. That's.
So
I
it's
just feel
great.
like it. I feel like I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. Well, he's also young. Brady's. I mean, yeah, he's a
Well,
young guy.
Brady's
I
only
mean,
it's literally his only well, I guess in baseball season, I looked back, he has like baseball tweets, but uh yeah,
he's a young guy, dude.
he's focused. Yeah, he's young. I think he's 34.
And and
Um,
and you became a fan. Your dad is through your dad, right? Your dad's been a fan forever.
yeah, my dad was born in Buffalo, so I was brainwashed and then miserable for a little bit of time.
Of course,
Uh, took
that was
17
before.
years. Took 17 years for me to see my first playoff game.
Oof.
So that was a great day. Like, I remember watching the Tyler Boyd catch against the Ravens, like, with my dad in, like, our old family room, like, the old TV, and we're, like, jumping up and down. I'm, like, on my knees, like, so excited. Like, it was an unbelievable, like, moment just making the playoffs for the first time.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Yeah,
yeah. And
this
now
is
we have
all.
Josh Allen, so, like, it's great. It's great. But yeah, our offense next year is gonna look good. All we need is a wide receiver too. Our tight ends you know about, and then our entire line is coming back, except for maybe Mitch Morris if he retires because of like his concussions. but he hasn't really had any this year, so hopefully he's fine.
Are you worried about Tre'Davious White coming back with? I mean, isn't this his second big
A
injury?
little bit, but we better re-sign Rasul Douglas, like, he fits in like, perfectly. It is, it's back to back. Well, not back to back, it's 2 years apart. He did 2021 against the Saints on Thanksgiving, and then, yeah, Miami just this year.
So you so you're
Fuck
so you're
fucked
you
up.
feel you're excited. You're excited. You
I'm
think
so
you got
excited.
you're excited for the
This
rest of the
is
year.
this is the year.
This
Yeah,
is this
because
is
I
the
just
year,
like the narrative. I like the narrative of, like, getting hot at the right time. And, like, the way we lost all these past games, right? The
right?
same kind of thing happened, I believe 2021, our last loss was in oh, it was, our last loss in 2021 was either on the Hail Murray or to the Bucks. No, it
Wait,
wasn't to the Bucks.
you're talking about your 2021. Wait. 2021 what?
2021, the year where 13 seconds happened.
Yes. Yes,
Our
that
last
was.
loss that season was to the Bucks in overtime. Our
That was down
last
in Tampa Bay,
loss,
was that in Tampa Bay?
yes, our last loss this season is gonna be to the Eagles in overtime. One game that we should have won the Bucks game. I remember we were down 24-0, but we came all the way back, and then there was a few bullshit calls, but, like, at the end of the day, everyone you can usually win even with the calls. Um, and then And then there was the Josh Allen game after that that I was talking about where the Patriots had a bunch of perfect plays. But yeah, so I just love the narrative right now. I mean, I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. I think I sent you earlier today,
You
like
did.
the touchdown ratio, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, he turns the ball over." Yeah, well, guess what? He scores the most out of anyone. And also, like, you know, there's been 2 or 3 of his turnovers which have been dropped passes. There's been 2 or 3 of his turnovers which have been, arm punts, and he has the best arm punt in the league, so I'll take it. Um, I just think he's so different, like, just Joe Brady. The Bills defense, right? Like, we are we are 2 months removed from all these players going out. All these players now have 2 months of snaps and film and things to learn from before going into the playoffs, and we are gonna get Daquan Jones back. His practice window was opened. I read on Twitter it was open today. And then Matt Milano, like I told you, he's jumping, like, don't count it out. Like, why not? He's an Italian stallion. He could come back.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's not on this list though. This thing you sent me. I mean, yeah, and Hertz has doubled his turnovers from last year to this year. Yeah, so 17 total turnovers. That's what Allen has. 17 with fumbles and with uh but what's his interceptions? Yeah, Dak and yeah, they said Purdy and Dak aren't on this list. 30 plus wasn't. Yeah, it's a cute list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Allen.
Oh, I did there was something I read interestingly, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, how could Purdy have this good of a year and, like, not get MVP," right?
Right.
Josh Allen in 2020 had better stats than Brock Purdy, didn't win MVP. So, like,
But Brock Purdy's 11-3. So
yeah,
that's the
okay,
problem.
that's
It's
great,
the
but, like,
problem.
here's the thing. Alright, but let me ask you a question. Who are
Yeah,
the best 5 players on the San Francisco 49ers?
I would say Samuel. I would say Fred Warner. I would say Bosa, CMC. I mean,
McCaffrey, Trent Williams,
Trent Williams. But but Purdy
Kittle
has played
is
pretty
a
good.
pretty
Oh,
damn good.
and Ayuk.
Yeah, but he's okay, yeah, but, like, if we're being realistic, the MVP of that team is Christian McCaffrey.
I think CMC is having a phenomenal right. CMC is having
Yeah,
he's
he's
having a phenomenal,
fantastic. I
fantastic.
mean,
I
he's
agree.
first in yards. He had that crazy touchdown streak that ended, but he still has, 2 touchdowns a week. Um,
I'm looking right now. So he's got 1292 on the ground, 13 rushing, plus another 509 and 7 touchdowns. So already he's at 1800 over 1800 total yards. I mean that's 17 change. Yeah. No. Yeah, 1800 total yards. It's a lot of yards, dude. That's a season. Yeah. And he makes it look effortless. There's some guys that make it look effortless. Like when I will say this. Allen throws a nice deep ball. He really does. When he's on, he's got a cannon. Your boy's got a cannon. Got a cannon. But
Yeah.
who gives a shit? You know what? Brady didn't give a shit about the MVP. Who cares if he gets MVP? You would take a championship any day over an MVP,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I don't really care about the MVP. I just care about the slander. I don't think the
yeah.
slander is
I,
deserved. It's, like,
people
such
said I was.
bullshit, like,
I
he would
prefer
have a
broccoli.
Super Bowl if it wasn't for 13 seconds. Like, if it wasn't for Sean McDermott, like, he would have a
Right.
Super Bowl. I
I agree.
100% we're
Hundred
beating the
percent.
Bengals in Orchard Park. I,
Yep.
like, literally was online to get my tickets, and then it didn't happen. I was
Yeah.
like, "Are you fucking
Yep.
kidding me?" I was pissed.
Yep. Eh,
Um,
You had the best team in
so,
football that year, hands
yeah.
down. Hands down.
And this year, like, I don't know if we have the best team in football, but we still have the best player in football. And yes, I just said Josh Allen was better than Patrick Mahomes. Because the reality of the situation is, he is. If Josh Allen got drafted, right? Say Josh Allen got drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs like Patrick Mahomes did, he would have the exact same resume, if not better, than Mahomes.
You have a great
Mahomes
coach,
was drafted
right?
to a
And
playoff team with a Hall of Fame coach, and
and
Josh
sat out
Allen
the
was
year. And
drafted
sat
to a
out a year.
barely and
Right.
sat out a year, yeah. Josh Allen was supposed to sit out a year, and then we started Nathan Peterman.
And that was enough said right there. Just the name enough. Sounds like he should be a Jewish pharmacist.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Nathan Peterman, he's my local pharmacist. Yes, where do I get the antihistamine? It's in aisle 6. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, listen. You know what? I
Oh,
respect you what you're saying, dude. You're a big fan. You know what? Hey man, I respect the hell out of you. Hey, listen, I mean, I hope things work out. I mean, I looked up the playoff, what has to happen. Basically, yeah, I mean, it still was very confusing, but I was trying to find the Bills playoff scenario, and it didn't. It was really messy, is what I'd have to say. Bills, yeah, and I mean, hey, listen, you got to win out, and someone's gonna lose. Yeah,
yeah,
so
I mean, the thing is, the reason I want the AFC East track is because these wild card teams are just playing out of their mind and not losing. So I honestly trust the Dolphins to lose to one of these good teams way more than I trust any of these wild card teams to just lose. Like, they haven't been losing. The Colts are unbelievable. The Browns should not have beaten the Bears last week. The Bengals are just going crazy. Like, I don't understand it. And, like, obviously, the Bills are better than all of them, but it doesn't fucking matter. This isn't college football. So, like,
right.
if we don't get there, like, we don't get there. But also, a little bit over the top, Matt Milano's not coming back today. No, this year. He's not coming back this year. But Daquan Jones' practice window is open, and that's still a big deal.
Wait, did Milano just said he's not coming back? Did they just said he's done?
No, I think, like, maybe McDermott said it or something, someone asked. Um, I don't know, this is like a Buffalo Fanatics page, but I don't think they would post that without, like, actually having confirmation from someone because 'cause they're not, like, doctors or anything.
And you guys blew out. Miami earlier this year. I mean, you blew them out of the water. So yes, yes,
I'm
yeah.
excited. I think we got a good chance, and, we'll see what happens, and then, as I told you, the Niners scare the heck out of me, but I think we can beat any other NFC team. And even with that, like, I think the Super Bowl, right, if it happens, Niners, Bills, the Super Bowl happens like that, it will ultimately be
Let me
a battle of Sean McDermott versus Kyle Shanahan because
listen. Kyle Shanahan blew the game. They should have beaten KC in that Super Bowl, and he was the offensive coordinator when they had a 28-3 lead and took the pedal off the metal. I'm telling you, I think
Kyle
he
Shanahan
is
was the offense coordinator for that 28-3,
what was
and
Atlanta's.
Dan Quinn was the defensive
The,
coordinator.
no,
That
Dan
is
Quinn
so
was the
funny.
head coach. Dan
Oh,
Quinn was
Dan
the
Quinn
head
was the
coach.
head coach? Okay,
Right.
okay.
And that's another reason why I don't want Dan Quinn as my head coach. I know they said he's doing great with Dallas and everything. I heard that if Pete Carroll retires, he's going to take over. I'm like, okay, whatever. Dan Quinn, to me, that whole 28-3, you cannot blow a 28-3 Super Bowl. Can't lose. Can't lose in the second half. You're up 28-3 to Super Bowl. They were
Yeah,
playing great,
no,
and
that's
they went
bad. That's bad.
everything that went wrong could go wrong in the game. So I feel, I feel that everybody's anointing it. As I said, the Niners as the Super Bowl team, and I see it coming back and bite him in the face. I mean, there was and Brock Purdy could have one bad game. He gets hurt. You got Sam Darnold out there. You think Sam Darnold is the guy to lead you to a Super Bowl? No, hell no.
Well, that's what the Niners have been talking about all year, right? They're like, if Brock Purdy's elbow just hadn't gotten
Right?
hurt, like, we would have won the Super Bowl. And I mean, the
Bullshit.
thing is with the Niners is they back it up. Like, they are a good
They are a good
they're a
team.
good team, but, like, yeah, I mean, if you can get Brock Purdy off his spot, like, I don't know. I mean, I I don't watch enough Niners, honestly, they don't really most of their games are very not compelling because they blow people out, but,
Right. They have
they're
last
so
get.
good like, they're so good, like, I mean, so I don't really know where the tweaks are or the kinks, but, I mean, Sean McDermott would have to find something, and then you just gotta hope Josh Allen can be Josh Allen against the Niners defense. Also, what's his name? Hufanga? That guy's out, right, for the season?
Yes, he
They're
is.
like Troy Polamalu safety, so, like,
Yes.
that's not good. Like, that's not good at all. Um, I mean, I don't know.
Dude, they lost. They lost
Niners
three in a
Bills
row.
would be compelling.
But the Niners had a 3-game losing streak. They lost to the Browns, they lost to the Vikings, and they lost to the Bengals. They went on a 3-game losing streak, and they ever since then, I don't think they've lost since then. But they lost to the Browns. I'm sorry, Browns. I mean, they lost the
Okay,
Browns.
it was
They
Browns
lost.
at home in the rain, but why did they lose all those games? Because they had injured players. Trent Williams and Debo were out. Trent Williams and Debo came back, and they haven't lost since. Like, if you get one, it's just not all perfect. They can't win. But the thing is, if they're healthy, they like seem unstoppable. I don't know. Like
Regular season unstoppable. It's
I think
different in
they're
the
gonna
play.
beat the Ravens. I know it is different in the playoffs because everything tightens up. You know, if things don't go right, start like you got pressure on you. Um, I don't
Listen,
know.
Giants went into with Eli. They went into San Francisco and beat Harbaugh's team in the playoffs. Uh, the Bucks went into Green Bay and won in the playoffs, and that was Rodgers had the best team supposedly. I think I think it could happen. I don't think they're. I think they're a good team. I think right now they're better than any team, but I still don't think they're the best team. I still don't think they're an unbeatable team. I don't think they are. And I feel if there's one year where you guys can turn things around, I think KC is not going to turn things around in the playoffs. I mean, I read that
No,
Kelsey has
Kansas City's dead.
Kansas City. What 10.9 yards per catch is the lowest in his. I got to check in his career, but definitely they said his numbers are down. He had a bad fumble in the red zone in that Monday night game. What was it, the Monday night game? A couple weeks ago. And how about did you see Kadarius Toney when he dropped that goddamn ball? Freaking Mahomes was pissed in his
Yeah.
hands, popped it up. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, and Kelsey doesn't look as he doesn't have any wide receivers. He doesn't have anybody he trusts to catch the ball. I think they have I think there's a lot of issues with this team this year. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Rashee Rice is good though for the future.
yeah,
But
Rasheed, yeah,
yeah,
right. Yeah, who gives a shit?
I mean,
Yeah,
he
he's a
was good
rookie.
for
He's a
me.
rookie
He
too.
helped
He's
me
a
in
rookie.
fantasy. He helped me in fantasy. My fantasy teams got so
Yeah,
lucky.
okay.
I
Yeah,
benefited
yeah.
from James Cook.
Kelsey's having his worst yards per catch ever, and like a yard under ever. I mean, every year before this, he's been over 12. He's at 10.9 this year. He's not. He's had some fumbles. I think maybe him and maybe Taylor Swift. Now, I don't even think that's at play right now. I just think that they have a different offense this year. I just feel that they don't have as many weapons, and he has no guys to throw to. Whereas, yeah. I mean, I guess we're going to see. I mean, and he has no real running game. You got, if Cook can step up now, that's the thing too. Can Cook do this week in and week out? I mean, that was his career high. Is he gonna? I'm glad he got a $1.79. Can he do that now every week? What if I need him there? Is he gonna? Can he do it week after week? And that's what a lot of guys with me that pisses me off. I'm like, guys, I want consistency. Do it every week. They don't do it every week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
Well,
me.
one thing I think Joe Brady said today, they weren't planning on doing that, but then they just stuck to it because it was working. So they were like, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right,
So I don't necessarily, expect a full featuring, but earlier in the season, people were getting on James Cook because he would like tap dance or like try to
right.
bounce it a lot. He's doing much better
Boom.
just hitting it. And then when he
Exactly.
hits it, it's open and he can do his little cuts. Like he's so good. Like he's very good. He just needed to be unlocked, so to speak. And like I don't know what like Ken Dorsey wasn't using him correctly. Maybe he didn't have the right mindset when Ken Dorsey was the offense coordinator. But everything just looks good. I mean, the offensive line is playing on all cylinders. This is the first time Josh Allen has had like a really good offensive line. So I would hope it can. I mean,
Right. I saw his
it
sacks.
didn't do very
Oh,
well against the Chiefs though.
but
So
he's only been sacked 19 times. I think it was 33 last year. Dalvin Cook. I'm sorry, Dalvin Cook. James Cook. The last 3 games had a total of 174 total yards rushing. So I mean, he and he's had And then before that, and then he had 109 before that. Then the 3 games before, I mean, he didn't do anything. He had against the Jaguars. That Jaguar game was a total. That was a bad game for you guys.
That
I
was
mean,
all
you
around a
look like
bad
you.
game. We shouldn't have gone out so late. Like, Sean McDermott messed
Yeah,
that one up. Yeah.
exactly, exactly, dude. That's what I'm trying. That's what bothers me. You shouldn't be an 8-6 team fighting for a playoff spot. That's
We shouldn't be. But,
You
like,
shouldn't be an 8-6 team.
I don't know. But, like, I mean, it's fine. I think it's good. It's better that
Uh,
we hit that rock
I don't.
bottom, and now we're gonna
I
go to the
don't agree with
moon.
you. I don't
Go to the
agree,
moon.
dude. I want you guys to be like 14-3 this year. Home field advantage. Everybody has to go through Orchard Park. Are you happy about the new stadium?
Oh, no, but yeah, I love the new stadium. I need to get to the old stadium before the new one,
You
opens,
still
I
haven't
think in
been? You
2025.
still haven't been?
Oh, no, I have, but I wanna go again. I wanna go
Okay.
again before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, oh, shoot, what was I gonna say? I just lost it.
I was talking about the team 8-6, and we were saying I'd like to be 14-3 and all that stuff. And
Oh, yeah, yeah, last year, the road didn't necessarily go all the way through Buffalo, but we had the 2nd seed, and we were 13-3. And we
you got your
faced a lot of
asses
weird
kicked.
adversity last year. Yeah, we
Yes,
got our
you did.
asses kicked, and so I think we were just spent, but this year, we faced a lot of, like, very real football adversity and then also, like, very real, like, personnel
But
adversity,
okay. But
and
Joshua,
we came off of it.
I will say something. You know what destroyed the season? And Damar Hamlin. You guys never recover from that. That's what I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
Hamlin thing
well,
really.
yeah,
I mean,
I
people could say
mean,
they get past it, but that really messed. I think the team really threw the whole season for a loop. The whole team, and you rallied around him. But I mean, I think you did the right thing. You canceled the rest of the game. I thought that was great what the coaches did, but I think that affected the team. I really did. I really think that was, yeah. And I don't know the playoff game. I just was so shocked how right. I mean, what did you lose, like 33-10? You guys. I mean, that was oof.
might have been 38. It
Might
was
have been
bad,
38. Yeah, it was bad.
bad.
So yeah,
We
listen,
scored 10
ad-
points, absolutely.
adversity. Yeah, but listen, I mean, you really are the only New York football team, and I love when people say, I'm like, guys, we really have a team in New York State, Buffalo, Giants and Jets have been played there forever. This is a real New York football team. They really are New York's team, but people are like, I'm like, they are. They're not. It's not the New York Giants. It's not the New York Jets. They're playing a goddamn jersey. So let's cut the bullshit. But yeah, I mean, listen, I hope this is the year for you guys. I do.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you.
Eh,
Thank
Is
you.
there
I
is
appreciate
there
it.
any, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Um, no, I think that's it. Like we did like a deep dive on the Bills. Maybe I come back on and talk like before the playoffs, maybe about like what I think for the matchups and whatnot once that comes
Yes.
around. Yeah, because
Okay.
I'd
So
be down to talk about other teams. Just like I don't know, right now it seems like
no,
not
no,
the
no, no.
time.
I like you. I like you. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna. I got some. I got a trivia question. Okay. So can I do a trivia question with you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can ask
All
me.
right.
Yeah.
Are you probably gonna know this? All right. So last show I had. Do you know who has the most? Because Sam Laporta just got his ninth touchdown catch. So I looked it up. I said, shit, who has the most touchdown catches for a rookie tight end in NFL history? Most touchdown catches by a rookie tight end in NFL history. Do you happen to know?
No, I don't, but I could
You don't.
guess.
Yeah, guess. Because Josh was trying. My buddy Josh is doing it. He picked. Oh yeah, okay.
I
Buffalo is a
think
Canadian team. My friend Josh goes, Buffalo is a Canadian
it's
team. Shot,
basically.
a Canadian
I
team.
feel like maybe it could be Tony Gonzalez.
Okay, so he said Tony Gonzalez, and I didn't. I tried. I didn't want to give a big hint last year,
Antonio
but
Gates.
now this is before your time, Joshua, because you're 26, 25,
23.
23. Jeez. Hey, where do you go to college again? Where do you go to college?
University of Maryland.
Now, are you a Maryland fan? Are you a Terp? We didn't talk any Terps.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, we suck at sports.
No, but I mean, did you go to games when you were in Maryland?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I went to more basketball games. I like the
Yeah,
basketball team. I mean, the basketball team is bad this year again. Like, I don't know. NIL might like cripple Maryland
it might.
because
Yeah, you're right. Because
because
are they
there's
getting the
like
guy?
everyone there is like honestly, everyone there is like woke, doesn't care about sports, and is like tied into like the DC mob. Like, I mean, Like, there's no sports funding going on. Maybe there is, I mean, but it's not like it is in the South. It's probably not even like Rutgers basketball.
Right.
Rutgers basketball, I don't know, I don't follow it that closely, but I hear they've gotten, like, a bunch of really good recruits. Like,
Yeah, they got
Maryland
their
has
best.
no reason to not be doing that, yet they just don't. And, like,
Right.
Loxley is good. Loxley's a really good
I
recruiter,
agree.
but he's not a good coach.
Well,
You
come on.
lose
Yeah,
some of the games we lost this year. I mean, unless you could blame Talia, but he's the best quarterback you're gonna have in a generation. Like, we're
and he's not playing the
so
ball game. He just said today
I
he's not playing the
just
ball
saw
game.
that, yeah, I saw that. I mean, I think that's a bunch of pussy shit. He's gonna play no games in the NFL. He sucks. He's worse than his brother by a mile, and he's not even cool because he's a righty. I mean, I'm a righty, but the lefty quarterback looks cool. Uh, he's
He
just a
sucks. He's a
normal ass
pussy.
quarterback. He's a normal ass quarterback who turns the ball over. Talia turned the ball over. That's his name.
You cracked me
So
up, dude. You cracked me. Yeah, I was wondering. I forgot where you went to school because Nikki, I can't say her name. Michigan's cousin, uh, Ari went there too, and he follows. But yeah, football team sucks, and your basketball team. You won a championship a long time ago, like 20 years ago, I think,
I like
with
I
Juan
like
Dixon.
Michigan. I like Michigan. Like, if I had a team to root for, it would be
I
Michigan.
and Michigan isn't going to like it, but I think they're going to be in a shitload of trouble with Bama.
I
A
agree. I
shit.
think I was telling
I
you
think
about that,
I think
yeah.
and my cousin went to Texas, so he has tickets if they make the final. And I think they got a shot against. I think they're evenly matched with Washington, but I think Michigan's in a heap of trouble against Bama. And they keep saying, "Oh well, their secondary's better." I think JJ McCarthy is like Tulea. Tulea. He
He's
is
not
not. And
that great, yeah.
they think he's going to be like a first round draft pick. I go, what are you guys talking about? Guys, like, come on, you guys smoking crack? So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, bullshit. So wait, so you said Gonzalez, Josh said Gronk. So this is way before your time, but there was a team when I was growing up a teenager that they won a championship. They were doing videos. They had a one hit wonder, but they had a crazy coach. And now I'm giving too many hints away, but this is way before your time. God damn, you were negative at that point. You
It's
weren't
the
even thought.
Bears. It's the Bears.
Yes, who was coach of the Bears in '85?
Mike Ditka?
Mike Ditka has 12 touchdown catches as a rookie in '61. That is the
Impressive.
NFL record for rookie tight ends. So today, now this is kind of an easy one because I did it on the fly and I didn't think about it. Who has the most? What player ran for the most yards ever in a single game in Bills franchise history?
O.J.
Come,
Simpson,
do you know how much he ran for? And I remember this game. I think this was Thanksgiving.
273 yards.
Nice, nice.
Are you kidding me?
Joshua on the thing. Yes.
Wait, actually, that's insane. I knew it wasn't like low 200s, and I knew it. That's so crazy. I thought it was going to be like 278, so I guess 273. That's all right. Wow. I got to
Dude,
tell my dad
you
about that.
you got to
I
tell
can't
your
believe I
dad
just,
that you kicked ass today,
I will.
dude.
I think I'll send this to him.
Said yeah. So I'm
I'll
gonna
send
put,
this around.
but you're dude. Anytime you want to come on, you come on again. All right, man.
I'd love to come on for like a playoff preview. Let's get the
Yeah,
Bills
definitely,
into the playoffs, and
dude.
then I'll
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, definitely because you're going to the playoffs. So we'll talk then. All right.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for
All
having
right,
me
man.
on,
Hey,
John.
thanks
Have a
for
good day,
Joshua.
everyone.
You too, man. Bills
Thank you.
Nation.
Yeah,
Adios.
Bills Mafia. Peace.
Bills Mafia, not Bills Nation. Dude. See, I'm so excited. I got. All right, thanks for doing the
I
show, man.
love it. Thank you.
Love it,
Bye.
man. Adios. Adios. All right. Thanks and thanks, Rob. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Kev. Thank you all for being here today. And adios. I will talk to you all later. Peace out.